talk, act, and be about development.
With one voice, our potential is realized. This is your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am listening.
Diseases could be avoided
with good hygiene practice. Be more responsible with how you dispose waste products. The environment will be better looking without litter and exposed garbage. We love our city clean. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, Hard Facts.
Hard Facts with Dio.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Fact 90.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 14 minutes gone past 3 p.m. and from now till 7, as usual, we keep the conversation going as Hard Fact comes every Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. I hope that today, Tuesday, has been a productive one and things are working out. Welcome once again. As all Nigerians, and I dare say, even the rest of the world, looks forward to the much expected year 2023. Yep, it's gearing up. It's fast approaching. Before you know it, we're going to be there, and the general elections will hold. Nigerians will be on the march again, looking for something. I'm not sure what it is sometimes. Most times, actually, I'm not sure I know what it is, because Nigerians claim to want good governance. They claim to want good leadership. They claim to want all of these things that comes from good governance, from good leaders, as a result of having good leaders. And yet they collect t-shirts and face cams, and yet the brothers who steal money can never be wrong because they are their brothers. And yet they collect rice and oil, and yet they vote for people who are structural and who are on ground. And yet they will not go out to vote, but stay in their homes, listening to radio, calling Nigerian food to help us, header and tell them, people should have their help us and tell them. But you just wonder. You just wonder, and then the election period will come, campaigns will come, and then they're going to go out, the politicians who are vying for these positions are going to go out there to campaign grounds with humongous stages and big speakers, and sometimes even go out with experienced DJs or even big star musical artists, and then people dance away their future. And in between the dancing and the merrymaking, God knows what they're merrymaking for. But in between all of that, the campaign speech is, we tell you say we go do I baby don't do I see your body, I be that I see your body. Those people that be thief, I be that I be thief. You go vote us, I mean you don't go vote us. And that's it. That's the entire campaign. That is it. And people collect mobilization fee of 1,000 or 2,000 naira, and they go home, dancing away their future, literally. But 2023 is coming once again, and the usuals is going to come, maybe with a twist here and there, but the usuals, the akara frying will start very soon. The ugu buying will start very, very soon. The fish buying will start very soon as well. The bole chewing will start. The keke riding will start as well. And let's not forget, this one is very good for the cameras. Very good. The naked babies carrying in rural areas will make for fantastic photo ops. And that will start very soon as well, as all kinds of empowerment programs will be launched left, right, center, and people struggling to give out sewing machines, very important, generators for barbing salons, well, a few wheelbarrows might make the list, and I don't know, the occasional 50,000 naira to beneficiaries to kickstart their small and micro businesses. Those ones are very key as well, whilst of course, don't forget, the political minions also will be struggling to gain relevance. They're going to be upping their ante to call radio stations all over the place, so that their political masters will remember them as they try to whip up sentiment and support in favor of their preferred candidates or political parties as well. Yeah, aka regular callers. They're going to be at hand as well to also do their thing. But thankfully, luckily, we've got cold screeners over here. So as much as possible, we'll try to weed out as many as we possibly can. Let's see. So, but in spite of all this, all of this is inevitable. It's going to happen. But it doesn't mean we can't get it right. No, it doesn't mean that. Nothing's impossible. We can get it right if we simply decide to do the right thing. But everything I just described is going to happen. There's no gainsaying that. There's no way around that. It's all going to happen. But it doesn't mean that we can't have good elections. It doesn't mean that we can't elect the proper persons into office, even if they don't have structure or they are not on ground. But people that we trust, that we believe based on what they say, based on clearly spelled out plans, clearly spelled out blueprint, concise and clear responses to questions as to how they intend to change the situation, what their economic plans are, what their plans are for the progressive development of the average Nigerian, how they intend to tackle insecurity, how they intend to tackle poverty, how they intend to tackle unemployment, how they intend to raise revenue without hurting the Nigerian, how they intend to stabilize the forex market. There are clear and tangible plans to this, not just we give you, we give you, we give you, Lord, we give you light, we give you water, we give you. No, not just that. And someone says, pointing at erosion sites and shouting, "Choi, choi." That's Sodiq from Port Harcourt. Yeah, very important. They do that as well. Anyways, I hope we get it right. And once again, I know we can. We have it in us to get it right, actually. So let's look at some of the issues to be discussed on the show today. Maybe some more side comments in a moment. But I've got a rant coming up, definitely. My thoughts on some major issue. And I'd like to get your take on mine till 4 p.m. Before we've got the business news coming up. And after that, oh my goodness. Alright, a comment here says that you are too good. You need to run for office on the platform of Nobi So We Talk. That's from AB Bozimo. No, AB, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but that's the exact way to not do it. Soki says, dial jeans bind. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to wear the jeans. Wear your jeans, very important. Okay, so let's see. After today's rant at 4 o'clock, we've got the business news coming up. And after that, several other matters lined up. Yep, this news broke just a while ago, maybe about an hour, give or take, ago. And I had a completely different matter lined up for the 4 p.m. hour. But I keep checking. I keep checking the news even before I come in the studio. I keep refreshing to see what's going on, what might make for a decent conversation or an even more decent conversation. And some great news, I suppose. I'm going with the Premium Times version. I like Premium Times. Breaking news from the Premium Times. Now they have what they call an updated version on the site. Electoral Act, INEC to use electronic voting transmission as Senate bows to pressure. Story comes with a rider. The Electoral Act Amendment Bill was passed by both chambers of the National Assembly in July. Now here's the story. The Senate has rescinded its decision on some clauses in the Electoral Amendment Bill that was passed in July. One of the clauses is 52, which deals with the methods of voting and collation of results in an election. The Senate on Tuesday amended the clause to let the electoral umpire, INEC, determine the use of electronic voting and transfer of results. The Senate also amended Clause 87 of the bill to mandate political parties to hold only direct primaries for candidates seeking elective positions. Now, in July, the Senate empowered the Nigerian Communications Commission and the National Assembly to determine the use of electronic transmission of results in an election. The Senate changed the clause from, quote, the Commission may transmit results of elections by electronic means where and when practicable to, quote, the Commission may consider electronic transmission provided the national network coverage is adjudged to be adequate and secure by the Nigerian Communications Commission and approved by the National Assembly. The House of Reps, however, retained the former clause, and a conference committee was set up to harmonize the differences. Now, in a motion to recommit some clauses in the bill to the Committee of the Whole, Senate Leader Abdullahi Yahaya, who sponsored the bill, asked that the Senate rescind its decision on the affected clause of the bill as passed and recommit same to the Committee of the Whole for consideration and passage. He said after a critical examination of the bill by the Senate Committee on INEC, some fundamental issues which required fresh legislative action on clauses 43, 52, 63 and 87 were observed. He said there was the need to address the observations by the committee and make necessary amendments relying on Order 53.6 of the Senate's Standing Order. Now, the amended clauses now read, Clause 43.1 reads, the Commission shall provide suitable boxes, electronic voting machine, or any other voting device for the conduct of elections. 43.2. The forms to be used for the conduct of elections to the offices mentioned in this bill shall be determined by the Commission. The polling agent shall be entitled to be present, blah, blah, blah. Present at the distribution of the electronic election materials, electronic voting machine, and voting devices from the office to the polling booth. Now, Clause 52.2, subject to the Section 63 of this bill, voting at an election and transmission of results under this bill shall be in accordance with the procedure determined by the Commission, which may include electronic voting. Clause 63.5 goes, the presiding officer shall transfer the results, including total number of accredited voters and the results of the ballots, in a manner as prescribed by the Commission. 87.1. A political party seeking to nominate candidates for elections under this bill shall hold direct primaries for aspirants to all elective positions, which shall be monitored by the Commission. There you have it. So we are on the way, it seems, to electronic transmission of results, and who knows, possibly even electronic voting. But it all seems certain. It all seems transmission of results electronically seems more feasible than electronic voting at this time. But this is calls for Nigerians to break out in excitement, and how might this impact, or how might this decision of the Senate have, what impact would it have rather on our electoral process and quality of governance, because that is the ultimate goal. We'll look at this in the 4 o'clock hour. My guest will be Dr. Chidi Lloyd, Chairman of Emoha Local Government Area. To 5 p.m. at 5, we've got the news update coming up. And after that, let's see. Does Nigeria need debt relief at this time? Do we need that? Story here cut to the Vanguard newspaper captioned, World Bank advocates debt relief for countries owing over $8.7 trillion. Now that's a lot of money. $8.7 trillion. The World Bank has advocated debt relief for low and middle income countries with a debt stock of over $8.7 trillion as at 2020. The bank on Monday urged debt reduction, restructuring and transparency to help low income countries overcome debt challenges. It said that governments around the world responded to the COVID-19 pandemic with massive fiscal, monetary and financial stimulus packages. So should Nigeria qualify for debt relief? Should we be given debt relief at this time? I'd like to get your take on that in the 5 o'clock hour. We've got headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. and open season comes up after that. If you've missed out on contributing to any matter on the show, I'll take your thoughts during that segment, including my side comments. Oh, so let's see. Let's go to today's side comments, random stories and thoughts that caught my attention on the news earlier on today. Now, from today's bulletin earlier on, I think there were, the APC's inaugurated a National Reconciliation Committee ahead of its national convention. I don't know what these reconciliation committees accomplish really. I mean, take River State for example. I believe this reconciliation committee from the national has made at least one trip here, possibly two or even more. And it doesn't seem like a lot of reconciliation has taken place, but 2023 is around the corner. And the APC drama here in River State is still raging on. Well, time will tell. Time tells everything. And we'll see if there's going to be a deja vu referring to or reference to what transpired with the party in 2019. But time will definitely tell. And the IG police, Usman Akili Baba, has ordered the posting of Ben Nebulisa Okolo to Bayelsa State as the new commissioner of police with immediate effect. CP Ben Okolo takes over from CP Echeng Echeng. The IGP has charged the new CP to bring his wealth of experience to bear in advancing the gains in crime prevention and public safety in Bayelsa State. So I'm just wondering here, so the outgoing CP Echeng Echeng, did he not have wealth of experience? I'm just wondering, really. Did he not have wealth of experience? And the IG and the police hierarchy by now should know. I mean, I'm not saying that change of personnel cannot improve outcomes. Change of personnel definitely can improve outcomes, but the police don't seem to be making much progress as far as improving the outcomes. You change personnel, you give marching orders, you give standing orders, you change names, you change uniform, and it's not working. It's not working. They need to try something else. The police, the Nigeria police, how about they should just try doing their job? They can try that, right? The Nigerian police can try that. You can try doing your job. You can try not considering the average Nigerian to be your enemy, or as one holding back your money for button and the money for your boots. So you just try that. The police can try. They can try not killing innocent civilians, or robbing innocent civilians, or traumatizing or torturing innocent civilians. They can try that. And let's see how that works out. And let's see if they will not be better at doing their jobs of providing security for the nation. Let's see if that will not work. Let's see if Nigerians will not renew their trust in the police and help them, because as they always remind us, security is not one person's job. It's a collective. Let's see if Nigerians will not trust them once again. And let's see if the police tries that and it will not work. Let's just try that one. What's our CP's name here again? CP Eboka Friday. Let's try it. Let's use River State as the testing point for this approach. Let's use River State as an example, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I think there's supposed to be some celebration somewhere. Yep, this might be my last comment on today's side comments. The people of Remo Kani, Ogbakiri, in Emohua local government area are holding their New Yam Festival tomorrow. In a statement jointly signed by the Paramount Ruler, His Royal Highness, Eze M.W. Bishio Kani, Chairman of the New Yam Festival Chief, God Power Kamalu, and others. The Chiefs in Council inviting the public to grace the annual New Yam Festival. Ugu Wezina, I hope I got that right. It has taken place at the Bishio Kani Town Hall. Congratulations to all the good people of Rumwa Kani Ogbakere in Emohua local government area as they hold their New Yam Festival tomorrow. I'm sure those yams will taste very nice. I'm trying to watch my calories right now. I'm trying to drop my weight. My BMI is a little on the high side. But congratulations. Wish you the best as you celebrate this, no doubt, wonderful occasion for the good people of that community. And I hope that the blessings that come with the New Yam festival, which have become a part of tradition and customs, which I imagine span decades, who knows, maybe even centuries. I hope those blessings will be upon the people of Obakere and even beyond. And, well, everything turns out great eventually. So that's it for today's start comments. I go on a break, and when I return, today's round comes on. Please stay with us.
Our freedom depends on our proactive responsibilities.
Let's talk, act, and be about development.
With one voice, our potential is realized. This is your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am listening.
A clean surrounding is a collective effort.
Diseases could be avoided.
With good hygiene practice, be more responsible with how you dispose waste products. The environment will be better looking without litter and exposed garbage. We love our city clean. This message is from 92.3 Nigeria Info.
And now, hard facts.
Hard facts with Diode.
Welcome back. It is Hard Fact 90.3 Nigeria Info and here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio. 24 minutes ago before 4 p.m., I'd like to rant for just a bit. There's something in my mind, expressing a few thoughts on it, and I'd like to get your take on mine till 4 p.m. Good leadership. Everybody wants it, or at least every sane, rational thinking person wants good leadership. You know, anywhere in the world that you've seen experience the kind of growth, development, and advancement that we so crave in Nigeria, or quote-unquote civilization that we talk about very much and longingly over here, every society that experienced it, you cannot divorce that society from good leadership. It's not possible. Literally impossible. And the reason Nigeria is where it is right now is because for so long we've been lacking in good quality leadership. That's a fact. It's an open secret, actually. We've been lacking immensely in good leadership. We've been lacking in it. However, for a society to progress, to experience the growth and development that we keep talking about literally every day, it doesn't just start with the quality of the president. The quality of the president is very important, by the way. It doesn't just start with the quality of the governor, which is extremely crucial also. It doesn't just start with the quality of the local government chairman, which is very important as well. And not just elective positions, but even the quality of those who are appointed to positions also. It doesn't just start with them, but their quality is extremely crucial also. Very important. But the quality of leadership at different levels, at every level, is extremely critical. And might I say, put it this way, the quality of the followership is extremely important. Extremely important. Extremely important. Because you find a docile people, you probably heard the saying that the people deserve the kind of leadership that they get. I believe that there is a great amount of truth to it. I don't know if it's 100% correct, but I do believe rather, that there's a great amount of truth to it. If people really do deserve, to a great degree, the quality or the kind of leadership that they get. Because when you look at what's happening, say at state level, and I was describing this a while ago during my side comment, when people go to campaign grounds and you hear nothing substantial, and even if you're unable to get to that campaign ground and you watch it on TV or you listen via radio or you watch it over the internet and you hear nothing of substance, absolutely nothing of substance, except somebody shouting at you, incoherent babbling, and for some reason that's extremely illogical and makes no sense, you determine that's the person who deserves a vote. And even if you were pressed to give an answer or an explanation as to why, your equally incoherent response would be, or illogical response would be, he has structure or he is on ground, whatever that means. So you find that when people are like that predominantly, and others who even claim to be more intelligent and will raise their shoulders and puff up their chests and swell their cheeks and claim that they know better, sit at home and do nothing, they're pressing their phones and watching CNN while intermittently listening to Nigerian info and asking, so what's going on over there? You find that quality of followership will inevitably get the kind of quality that we get right now. But it didn't start from there. It did not start from there. It starts from places like this. Story here cut to the Punch newspaper, captioned, Lagos nurses kick against 20,000 naira demand for retirement celebration. Here's the story. Some nurses in the Alimosho local government area of Lagos State have kicked against the demand of 20,000 naira from Apex nurses in the area as contribution for the retirement celebration of the Directorate Apex Kudirat Odunwoye. According to the aggrieved nurses, Odunwoye allegedly threatened to deal with anyone that does not make the contribution, as she allegedly instructed heads of primary health centers in the LGA to compile the names of defaulters. Now, the nurses were reportedly mandated to pay the 20,000 naira between October and November 2021, as the senior officer has been scheduled to retire in January 2022. One of the affected nurses said that she was afraid that her job could be under threat. Now, she said, quote, Alimosho has a lot of primary health centers. The Apex director, Kudirat Odunwoye, who heads the directorate in all the primary health centers in the area, is compelling all nurses to pay 20,000 naira for her send-off ceremony. We have been mandated to pay the money between October and November. She's threatened to deal with any nurse that does not pay the money. She made a threat at a meeting and requested the name of any nurse that refuses to pay. The demand is fraudulent. It is oppressive. But when contacted, Odunwoye denied compelling nurses to pay money for her retirement. She said, quote, I will not be the first or last to retire. I don't know where they see the person threatening them. I don't know who is compelling them, but there is a committee that they set up. Definitely, you know, I cannot be part of the committee. The committee has a lot of things it has been doing for retirees. Mine will not be the first or last. I never compelled or threatened anybody. You can call the chairman of the committee, as I never met with any nurse. So, who knows, maybe this Odunwoye fellow is not lying. Maybe she's not compelling anyone. But obviously, some of these nurses feel compelled to pay something that they do not want to pay, that they do not want to be a part of. And quite frankly, I perceive that some of them can't even afford to pay it, even if they wanted to pay it. But somebody is going on retirement, and because this person is going on retirement, and this person is going to get the retirement benefits very likely, not going to be suffering like others, because she, presumably, is retiring at a very senior post, so she may have no problems getting her entitlements, gratuities, and pensions subsequently. And then some committee is demanding 20,000 naira each from all the other nurses in the local government area for a send-off party. How can that even make any sense? Meanwhile, in the story here, one of the nurses whose name was not mentioned also stipulated that they paid 20,000 naira annual. We pay outrageous amounts for people's retirement. We pay 20,000 naira annual dues without justification, and now we have to pay 20,000 naira just because someone is retiring. So all the money they pay, 20,000 naira annually, all these nurses as their annual dues, why can't they organize send-off parties for these persons when they retire? Why do the nurses have to contribute another 20,000 naira for someone's retirement? And by the way, part of the money is to, somebody said, the aggrieved nurses provided WhatsApp chat to confirm the demand. One of the chats reads, quote, "Good evening, great nurses. Based on the meeting we held today with all the Apexes and Directorate Apex at Limosho concerning her send forth party, each nurse to contribute 20k each for gift and attire Ashoebi for the day, which commences between the month of October and November. I pray the Almighty will bless every one of us in Jesus' name." So with all the annual dues they've been collecting, they still want each nurse to contribute 20k for gift and Ashoebi for the retirement of Directorate Apex nurse. That's it. So this Directorate Apex nurse, maybe one day, I don't know, might become the Commissioner for Health in Lagos State. And who knows, if she pursues a political career even further, might become, who knows, maybe, the Minister of Health in Nigeria. So you would then not be surprised if, when she becomes Minister for Health, says, oh, we have enough nurses in Nigeria, let half of them go to Canada or Saudi Arabia or the UK if they choose to. And the doctors can go as well. We have too many anyway. Or how can they be asking for that amount of money? We don't have enough money to give them. Let them go anywhere they want to. But that's where it starts. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. In our homes. In our places of work. In our unions, professional unions. Associations. That's where it starts. And more often than not, people keep quiet and people do nothing. Knowing what these actions to be wrong, they keep quiet. They do nothing. They keep their heads. And these persons also, because they have some position, want to lord it over others. But the minister today, who is saying that doctors can go, we have too many, he didn't develop that mentality in one day. It was from, I am resigning at local government level, all of you must pay 20,000 naira for gift and Ashoebi for my send forth. That's where it starts. So the point is very clear, I suppose. I hope so. If we're going to have quality leadership, we want to have a good president, we want to have good governors. We have to realize it doesn't begin in one day. It doesn't start just there. We all have to follow suit, at least the majority of us, not everybody. Well, we're still going to have recalcitrant persons, no doubt, whose ambition in life is to be in bulletproof SUV with siren. That's their ultimate ambition in life. We all have a responsibility. We have a role to play. I hope the message is clear. On that note, I end my round. Thanks for listening. Hope I didn't bore you. Let's get your take on mine. The lines are open now. Call 0817 923 0002 or 0003 0817 923 0007. We are live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. Also live on YouTube. Just search for Nigeria Info PH. And WhatsApp is on 0809 0306416. WhatsApp once again on 0809 0306416. And via WhatsApp, let's see, Dyer, how much are they even paying them in the first place? Someone that's retiring should even be given billions for hard work in her line of duty, but they want to extort from them the little they were able to gather during their line of duty. They're just looking for Christmas money. Okay, all right. Hello, hard fact to welcome. Hello, 913.
Hello.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Dayo, this is Vincent calling from Alakaya.
Go ahead.
Yes, with respect to the the nurse that is hiring, that the junior nurses or nurses across that local government or domain have to contribute to the retirement. Just as you are saying, a leadership problem starts from somewhere, and unfortunately the problem of leadership cut across all levels in Nigeria, all levels of our social interaction in Nigeria. Now look at what happens sometimes in a state in Nigeria where a judge is retiring and then the judge was giving a brand new SUV level. Now if somebody gets such a gift for retiring, why do you think that any other civil servant or public servant in Nigeria would not have such sense of entitlement such that you can either get it by look or by crook?
I'm not sure there's a direct correlation here because the judge. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? I believe you can hear me actually. All right, great to hear from you. I've got what I was going to say is I'm not sure there's a correlation here or connection. I feel certain the judge, if a judge gets a brand new SUV while retiring from service, I feel certain the judge did not compel judicial workers to contribute money to make that purchase. Maybe there might be something in the laws or in the rules that states that they get certain benefits or certain perks upon retirement. And if government is the one providing that, or if they have monies that have been put aside for the judiciary to provide an SUV for retiring judge or provide certain benefits to them upon retirement, I'm not sure. Yeah, we could x-ray that and see if it's appropriate. But in relation to this particular matter, I don't see the direct correlation there because once again, the judge is not tasking the clerk or lawyers or other judicial staff to contribute 20,000 naira or any X amount in buying this SUV, as the case may be, or anything else for that matter. Back to WhatsApp. I strongly believe the woman is saying the truth. The WhatsApp chat is raw evidence. This retiree nurse and Dr. Ingige proof that our foundation is faulty. The cesspool overflows. That's from Newton Akure. When I tell you this is who we are, you always say we have a lot of good men in Nigeria. I want to challenge you today to give 2 good men in this country. Thanks. Well, it's not a competition. You can choose to not believe that, and that's fine. If you choose to believe that. And by the way, that includes you. So if you're saying that you are the problem of this country, I cannot stop you from owning that. It's fine. Maybe you are actually. But I choose to believe, and I know that we have good people, high quality individuals in this country who can bring about the much desired change. I got Sunday. The way the call screener works is when the call screener takes your call, they ask you a couple of questions just for a few seconds. And you can just wait for a while. Just wait for a while. I'll get to you eventually if you're patched through to the live studio. All right. That way you get to talk. You get to express your opinion. So you might want to load up a little bit on the airtime. If you have 1 minute or 2 minutes credit left, that may not work. So you might want to load up a little. It shouldn't take too long to get to you. Deji from Elusakin, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, thank you, Dario. Okay, so I presume I actually do think in a couple of days, maybe 1 or 2 days, we will hear that there was a miscommunication, misconception. If it had been you people reporting it, you'll probably say you people quoted out of context. Because that's actually what will happen at the end of the day. They always want to test the water to see what they can get away with. Just like somebody says, this is the leader at that level. So you can imagine what this person will do at the commissioner level, ministerial level.
Exactly.
But it's really so bad. It's actually appalling that you will compare it. No matter how much they earn, that's not even the point. So people should not be compelled to do that. If they want to do that out of the goodness of their heart, go ahead, but not compelled. Thank you, Daryl.
You're welcome. That's great to have me. But I should also point out that there is a slight silver lining here. Well, maybe not slight. Well, maybe just a silver lining. In that some person or persons amongst these nurses spoke up. They did something. And that's very critical to bring out in this story, in this narrative. they did something. Now, doing something doesn't necessarily mean being confrontational or going full frontal against leadership. No, you can do something like they've done. They got in touch with the media. They provided information. They provided the WhatsApp messages that were sent to them. They provided irrefutable evidence that this money was demanded of them. You can all do something. Emmanuel, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dayo.
All right.
Yes, we have said it all. Leadership at all levels, very, very important. And that is one of the major problems we are facing in this country. But I would like to put it this way. Leadership at the topmost should carry the highest, if we do the sharing ratio, maybe up to 75%. Before we can now go share the remaining one down below. Because the person at the helm of the affair, the quality is the most paramount one. If you try to choose the one that is, has to provide the greatest role.
Emmanuel, you're right. You're right. Even as far as elective positions are concerned, the president, for example, of the country has more responsibility than the local government chairman. But I think you missed the point. You missed the point somewhat. This woman, if she follows a political career, could end up Minister for Health. So do you understand the point I'm trying to make now?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, that's true. But what I'm trying to say is that the location where the woman is, there is somebody possibly who is in charge, who is a leader there, and then the Minister of Health, who is the President Minister of Health, is also very responsible, trying to ensure a very disciplinary measure and rules and regulations what should be done. Before this lady can begin to talk about it, I'm sure other leaders at that level must have had it, and maybe they did not do anything. And maybe that is why she decided to begin to go on air or to escalate it. So, if there is a problem and the level leadership are able to nip it at the board, I don't think it to go. Or maybe I should
Emmanuel, great to hear from you, sir. I must move on, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Samuel, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Dayo.
Go ahead, please.
That's one of the problems of Nigeria. That's where the problem of Nigeria starts. Let EFCC should go after all these small organizations or clubs. So let them find out all the things. That's where the problem starts. Before you know it generate to presidential level. Please, let EFCC should do something, not only to start chasing these people. There's on the ground where the people that will become something tomorrow. That's where they start. Thank you.
Bye. What's up, good dial? Famous Felicious Girls. Want to say thank you. This is what you get because I have people in position in the office here and other environments too. What they do is to inflict poverty on followers, those under them. Every day I get pissed off with their attitude towards people. People should change. Also via WhatsApp. If it was a gift, it would have been a different case, but it wasn't. No, all right. Someone here says, now that it's her turn to collect her share of the cake, you want to put sand inside her gari. She's not the first, let them pay. That's from Lekara. Okay, all right, Lekara. It's interesting hearing from you as well. A reminder, we got to the news top of the hour at 4 o'clock. Let's see what's happened via Facebook. Cosmos Udemet says, it's quite unfortunate how we celebrate everything in Nigeria. With the harsh economic reality on ground, do they consider how their families are faring? Some celebrations are not necessary. Why our confidence on Facebook goes, that's criminal in nature and must be condemned by all. I must add that we must continue to speak up against such things wherever we find them. Endurance, Indiana Born goes, the Apex nurse said they have been doing it and her case will not be different. That means the contribution has been going on for many years. When I will play it with her and the committee collecting and compelling people to pay this amount to understand that situations change, that currently the nurses may not be able to pay this time. And it's got nothing to do, well, Endurance, good to hear from you, but it's got nothing to do with whether or not they are able to pay. The question is it proper? That's the question. Not whether can they pay. Not do they have the money. And just because it's been going on for some years, just like bad governance brought on by bad leadership has been going on for years in Nigeria, does that mean it mustn't come to an end someday? Does that mean it can't come to? Does that mean it shouldn't stop? So maybe all the others who are retired and the one that retired last month also got their own contributions. If the nurses now say, you know what, if they suddenly come to realization that we can't take this anymore, it must come to an end, so be it. It has to come to an end. And it will only come to an end when the nurses said, you know what, we've had enough. We don't want this again. The same thing at every other level as well. When the people say at the local government level, at the state level, and the country as a whole say, you know what, we've had enough. It can't go on like this again. Then things will change. Only then. We got business news coming up shortly. Discussions continue afterwards. Senate reportedly has finally backed down, and we may have electronic transmission of results for the 2023 general elections. More on that when I return. Please stay with us.